back to par for the list.
That doesn't miss.
I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a cat.
And let's start off with the Top Row Reality Storybook. As we get the book out, we dust it off, and we open to Chapter 8 of Fathers and Sons who won the same wrestling title, Rikishi and the Usos WWE Tag Team Championships.
Sticking to the tag team ranks, but heading back to the Anoa'i family. What?
You love them.
I love them to death! Anyway, they'll never see this.
No, you love them to death.
I do. I love them. They're great.
They share. Yes.
The shared success of Rikishi and his sons Jimmy and Jey Uso has been pretty well documented in the WWE over the last few years. Rikishi himself had something of a journeyman career. Saw him introduced as a head shrinker before trying to make a difference, and having a questionable journey to the Middle East before finding salvation as a dancing fat guy. So basically, that was all his different gimmicks.
That was...
Because he became, what was the name of that thing? The Sultan.
He was the Sultan.
Horrible.
With
in the Middle East there. Finding salvation, I don't remember that. Finding salvation as a dancing fat guy. Dancing fat guy was with two cool peoples.
Right.
Okay, that's weird. This journey saw him pick up tag team gold on 3 occasions with 3 different partners. I did not know that. The World Tag Team Championships was his twice with Rico. That's true, I remember the Rico. And Samu as his respective partners. But it was his one WWE Tag Team Championship reign with Scotty 2 Hotty that brings him onto this list. Because the Usos have won that same championship on 2 occasions. And more runs with the belt seem inevitable if they stick close to that Roman Reigns guy.
That is true.
But the WWE
Tag
Tag Team titles are on Raw. And the Usos are on SmackDown.
Yep.
So that means that they won't have more WWE Tag Team
Not right now, no.
unless they get swapped over with that Roman Reigns guy. Because he's on Raw. So that's the only way.
They just have to go with the Milky Way Tag
The
Team.
Milky Way Tag Team Championship belt.
Yeah, so. Well, let's talk about now the 15 biggest matches that WWE should have booked in the 90s, but did not. Bret Hart versus Jake the Snake Roberts in 1992.
That would be different.
Be good too.
Rumors have a Bret Hart versus Jake the Snake feud that has one that was penciled in for 1982, but it obviously never materialized. Bret has said that he remembers being told he would be going into a program with Jake, but then Roberts went and got himself fired, putting an end to any plans that might have had. Says a Bret versus Jake Roberts feud would have been an instant classic as these two men's wrestling psychology and match ability was second to none. Jake would have likely been the next to put over the Hitman as Bret was quickly rising to the top of the WWE, but the exact timing of the scheduled feud is not clear. Jake turned heel in the summer of '91 and feuded with Randy Savage in an all-time classic rivalry. Their feud led to Jake versus Undertaker match at WrestleMania 7. No? 8, yes. And perhaps Bret may have been in line to battle Jake later that year, but Jake demanded and received his release from the WWE immediately. After WrestleMania 8, Jake was expecting to fill Pat Patterson's recently vacated position on the creative team, but was disappointed when he was told just prior to WrestleMania that the seat would not be filled out of respect to Pat. Patterson had stepped down after allegations of scandals. Scandalous. Involving young ring attendants surfacing. Bret Hart versus Jake Roberts, especially a heel Jake Roberts challenging for the WWE Championship, is the stuff of a legend. Unfortunately, it exists only in fans' minds, as this one never came to fruition.
That would have been a good.
It would have been a good match, and I can understand his frustration. I mean, he could have been put in there, and then when they were basically saying we're not going to fill his role because obviously they were waiting for it to die down and they were going to bring him back. Pat Patterson. But he could have been put in there as a trial run to see how he would do, and then when Pat comes in, guess what? Nowadays, there's like 20 riders, so hey, guess what? There's room for more.
Yeah. Fresh ideas, people, which are not having.
Fresh ideas.
Well, let's get to some WWE when they lie to our faces. They always lie to our faces. We're going to finish up with 3 biggies here. We have number 3 at Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania moment. Number 2, Andre the Giant. Number 1, Monday Night War. So let's get to why they lied to us. Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania moment.
Daniel Bryan had a heck of a few months dating from SummerSlam 2013 to WrestleMania 30. Bryan won the title at WrestleMania, much to the approval of the internet wrestling community in what was genuinely amazing WrestleMania moment. However, many people seem to think this was WWE's plan all along for Bryan when it was barely the case. One just needs to see the lack of capitalization on Bryan's rise, especially when he turned on the Wyatts during a cage match of Raw. To make matters worse, he wasn't even featured in the 2014 Royal Rumble, causing fans to boo one of the best babyfaces in the number 30 entrant, Rey Mysterio. In fact, the original plan for WrestleMania called for Batista versus Orton, CM Punk versus Triple H, and Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus again for like the fourth time. CM Punk's departure likely played a big part in plans being changed, and he eventually caved to the Yes movement rather than this special moment being planned long term, which is what it will look like when people look back at Bryan's career in the future.
Yeah, Yes-a-mania wouldn't have been Yes-a-mania. Number 2 is Andre the Giant.
When you think of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, you think the time Hogan body slammed Andre at WrestleMania 3. One of the most iconic moments in professional wrestling. It only further propelled an already popular Hogan, who was the poster child of the organization.
Hogan, yeah.
Right. What did he won't tell you is that it wasn't the first time Andre had been slammed.
No, they won't.
He had been slammed before by other superstars, let alone by Hogan, who had already done it a couple times before the event. Wonder how he would respond to that now. Harley Race is one of them that actually slammed him.
That is true.
They could have said the first time he's ever been slammed at WrestleMania.
That's what they would probably do. Yes. And number 1, the Monday Night Wars.
The biggest revision of history that the WWE have constantly insisted on is that WCW wasn't very good at its peak. For one, they rarely mention how WCW beat WWE 84 weeks in a row in the ratings. They did bring that up in Sting's interview with JBL. If they ever do mention WCW as being superior, it's because they stole the wrestlers from Vince McMahon, who coincidentally stole lots of talent as well, with his prime example being none other than Hulk Hogan. Brother. One would guess because Hogan was stolen from AWA. Amongst other people,
yeah.
Bobby Heenan was stolen. Gene Okerlund was.
Jesse Ventura
Was stolen. Andre the Giant was in AWA first. All these people got. Roddy Piper was in NWA. Greg Valentine was in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
It's called he plucked people just like WCW plucked people. It's the way of the business, people. We're back.
One would think
that the fact that WWE triumphed despite being below WCW in the ratings for over a year is a testament to how they adapted and can only be seen as a good thing, right? Not for Vince, who seems hell-bent on putting WCW down even to this day. See Sting's WrestleMania debut. That's what it says here. I didn't tell you to go watch it. I'm telling you what they said on it.
The guy who put up the story, he's still bitter about that.
It's still really.
He's a little bitter about that. And let's finish up.
I moved on quickly.
Let's finish up, yeah. It's all wrestling. AJ Styles lost his first WrestleMania too, so.
That's true. Oh, because they're putting down TNA.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him down.
Keep them down.
I was going to hire these people who used to work for TNA, but I'm keeping TNA down.
See, Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, they'll lose their first WrestleMania matches.
Yes, of course they will. Up next, WWE stars that failed as the guy. Number 11, this man right here who could be showing up tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. He is in town.
He is in town. Goldberg. Could we have a Goldberg? Could that be Brock's next match? And not at WrestleMania.
He could be the reason Randy Orton wins at SummerSlam when Goldberg comes in and interferes and makes Brock Lesnar lose just like he made Brock Lesnar lose and lose the WWE title to Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
See?
At what pay-per-view?
Was it No Mercy?
Unforgiven?
Something.
I don't know.
One of them old pay-per-views. They don't use it
But guess
anymore.
what? They do bring out. They bring out Unforgiven too.
And they're bringing out No Mercy. Remember, he showed him No Mercy. That's what Heath Slater did. He showed him No Mercy. Did you hear the cheer when they went to hand him the contract? I mean, it's live, so I don't know if they could have filtered that in, but they certainly had a lot of cheers from the crowd when they handed him the contract.
Yeah. They're just testing the waters.
And when they took the contract away, they booed.
Yes.
But if they keep testing the waters too much, people will lose interest in it.
They will.
So you got to do something pretty quick, people.
But let's go with the star who that felt as a guy. This guy right here, number 11, Goldberg.
The use of Bill Goldberg is rightfully criticized for the way his character was presented, but he was afforded an opportunity very few have been given. Goldberg was the top face on Raw for the better part of his sole year in WWE. Wow, it's only a year. That's sad. Feuding against Triple H and others. He did win his first match. He beat The Rock.
He did beat The Rock. We just read about that at Backlash.
There you go. A debut match against The Rock I didn't read ahead, people.
This is Backlash, which we told earlier in part 2. So.
Ooh, see, we're combining everything together. Showed how poorly things would go for Goldberg as the top guy on Raw. Fans cheered for the heel Rock and booed Goldberg due to holding a grudge against WCW guys.
WCW.
Goldberg never was able to endear himself to WWE fans or the locker room, and his run turned into a complete disaster. The World Championship win over Triple H should have started a huge upswing of momentum, but it just exposed him as not being worthy of the role in the bigger WWE universe. Fans didn't take to him strongly, and the shark-infested waters of WWE destroyed Goldberg's chances of making it as a megastar in the company. And I know that he is obviously 49 years old, as I heard in his interview, but this day and age, in the company they have now, it's not as shark-infested. I'm being attacked, aren't I?
No.
Anyway, they're hollering for you.
Goldberg. Goldberg.
Exactly. But it's not shark-infested as much anymore in that company.
No, it's not.
So I honestly believe that he could have another year.
He could.
I mean, a couple of matches.
Yeah. WrestleMania moment again.
Another WrestleMania moment. I mean, he
Beat up
said
Sheamus.
in the interview I saw.
Take out Kevin Owens. Somebody like, great, Kevin Owens down.
Right.
I know.
I could see him, do a couple matches. He said that the ball's in WWE's court, and the only reason he came back to do 2K17, and he wants to be. He said he would love to put water under the bridge, and it's because of his 10-year-old child. Children make you look at things differently. And he wants his 10-year-old child to see him wrestle in real life.
What you do is you cost Brock at SummerSlam. You don't have to wrestle till Survivor Series. You keep building that match after Survivor Series. And then he has somebody at WrestleMania as he's going into the Hall of Fame.
That's different than Brock.
Yes.
We don't want to see Brock versus Goldberg 2.
Not at WrestleMania.
Because he
do
already
do it at Survivor Series. It's kind of a knockoff pay-per-view now.
Yes.
Be done with it. Have somebody else. You can start the Royal Rumble and have whoever he's going to face and also put him in the Hall of Fame.
Goldberg versus John Cena.
Oh my Lord, no.
That would be horrible.
Next week on the W Stars That Fell as a Guy, CM Punk.
That's your buddy. You like him.
Yes.
Yes. I wonder if he'll fail as the guy in UFC as well.
If he ever gets that shot, we'll find out because it's coming up. Because they just had 202.
They did have 202 and they got 203. I don't know how often they do it.
September.
Oh wow, next month.
Yes.
But next time on Top Rope Reality, we will talk ringside news as we go over we'll go over the results of SummerSlam.
Yeah, we will go over the results of SummerSlam.
We have pay-per-view review of Backlash. Maybe we'll find out in part 1 on Ringside News what Paige and Del Rio got popped for.
Maybe they ought to come out.
Maybe that'll come out. WWE Stars That Failed as the guy in part 4. CM Punk. The last biggest matches. Wow, we're finally coming down to it.
Of the 80s.
Of the 80s. 80s matches that should have been booked but did not. Plus, we continue to talk about the Cruiserweight Tournament matches. And what chapter is this for story time?
It'll be 9.
Was it 9 or are we on 8 today?
We're on 8 today, yes.
We're scrolling up, guys. We're on 8. So, are we on 10 chapters? We got 10 chapters?
10 chapters, yeah.
So we got chapter 9 of the Top Rope Reality story time. Plus, you know us. We always come up with something different. We always got so much more.
So much more.
So much more.
So I want to thank everybody for watching this week and enjoy SummerSlam, because I know we are.
By the time you watch this fourth segment, it'll already have happened, SummerSlam. But we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, who will be the new Universal Champion?
Yes, we will definitely have a new champion.
Will we have a new WWE Champion?
Well, we have a new. Dolph finally showed that he can be the guy.
How about the Tag Team Champions? Could it be Gallows and Anderson time to take the WWE Tag Team titles?
Will they help their buddy, AJ Styles, win his match against John Cena? Or will they help their buddy, Finn Balor, win the Universal title?
Interesting. And will the guy, the not-so-often guy, Roman Reigns, will he become United States Champion?
Yes.
How about Apollo Crews? Will he become Intercontinental Champion? Will The Miz find a way to keep his title? And don't forget about Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Rematch.
Too. Yes.
Yes.
So much.
A lot going on
about SummerSlam.
And the Best of 7 series starts.
Yes.
So by the time we film again, we'll have 2 matches down for the Best of 7, if they do it weekly.
If they do it weekly.
Because they'll be Sunday and then they'll do Tuesday if they do it correctly. Or no, they're on Raw.
Yeah, they're
Monday.
on Raw.
Monday. I'm trying to still remember these rosters. I don't get to watch every week.
That'd be kind of weird to do it Sunday and Monday, but they may.
Why not?
They may.
I mean, when's their next? We got to figure out what their next pay-per-view is.
That's about it too. Yes.
Because number 7 should be the pay-per-view. That should end on the pay-per-view. Or on the pre-show.
If they get that many, which they probably will push it.
You know they're going to do 7 total.
Yes. Well, again, thank you for watching this week, and come on back next week for 114.
114.
I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a cop.
And we'll see you next week.